Hey, what's going on guys? Alex here with TFL Off-Road, and we have a really fun video today because we just got this at our ranch, the Kawasaki MULE Pro-FXT Ranch Edition. That's right, it's pretty much meant to be here. So in this video, we're gonna run through our newly built Andre's Pit crossover course, even though this is not a crossover at all. And then it's probably gonna walk all those obstacles pretty easily. So then we're gonna head to the back area of the property and really try and get this thing stuck. All right, we're in the Mule. I'm gonna flip it into four-wheel drive. I'm gonna start in high. I don't think I need to use low quite yet, but we'll just run through some of these obstacles and take them with a lot more speed than you've probably seen some of the crossovers do on this course. This is a pretty capable machine. Need my seatbelt. And let's hit the holes course first. So right front tire dropping down. Decently soft suspension. 10 inches of ground clearance on this machine, so pretty capable. That walked up that no problem whatsoever. Decent articulation. All right, let's take a look at the motor. To get to it, you just flip the rear seat up and then you can access the engine compartment. And there's the motor right there. It's an 812cc three-cylinder engine that makes 47 horsepower and 48 pound-feet of torque. It's not the fastest unit in the world, but this is a working machine, so totally fine with that. So I mentioned that this is the Ranch Edition of the Mule, and that gets you a few things. So let's go over what that package includes. Start off on the front end. You get a little bit of a more aggressive front end styling, different headlights. You have quad headlights on this model. You also get this Warn winch up front, which is already wired into the dash, ready to go, super easy to use. Also, we have some of these kind of accent pieces in the bumper that you get with the higher end Mule, like this Ranch Edition. We also have this sunshade up on the roof right here, and these contoured seats. On the lower end models, you get pretty much a flat bench seat. These have some contour to them just to make them a little bit more comfortable. Also part of the Ranch Edition is electronic power steering and these aluminum cast wheels. They're 26-inch tires, both front and rear. All right, now we're going up the logs course. This is more of a traction test, honestly, and these are pretty knobby tires, so I don't think we're gonna have any issues here. This machine probably has the power to rip these logs out, so I can't go too quick because David's watching me do this right now, and I really don't want to piss him off. Once again though, no sweats broken by the Mule. We're gonna do our last little test down here in Andre's Pit, which is the rocks course, but like I said, we need something a little more difficult, so we'll go to the back of the property right after this. All right, and now to jet up this rocks course. Taking it a little slow because I don't want to run out of ground clearance and kind of bottom out on a rock. Yeah, we need low range for this one. So pop it into low. Four-wheel drive, diff is still unlocked. Yeah, low made a huge difference there. Still no need for the locking diff, but definitely needed low range. Went right up. So let's cut back to the back of the property. I'm really excited to go test that course. I haven't driven that yet, so let's go do it. This video is brought to you by Onyx Off-Road. We use this app all the time to find open routes and trails, and you can too, no matter what you drive or where you live. And it works with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can integrate your off-road maps right into your vehicle's infotainment system. Now back to the video. You've got these really lightweight half doors here. They're a little flimsy, but they work. And now we're in the interior. This is actually a 6-seat configuration, so you can see there's a middle seat belt here, same thing in the rear, but it can convert to a 3-seater, which I'll show you in a minute. But let's just take a look at what we've got here. We've got a steering wheel that has a tilt function on it. We have our shifter right here, low, high, neutral, and reverse. Parking brake is over here on the left-hand side. We've got some switches up here, so we have a rear diff lock that's selectable, same thing with 4-wheel drive, also selectable. And then we have our light controls for the outer and the inner lights, both a low beam and a high beam for each. Start it up. You can see the LCD screen come to life right here. It gives us our speed, fuel gauge, odometer. This unit's pretty much brand new, only 16 miles on it. We have a trip computer as well and an hour meter, 3.4 hours. We have a little clock down here. Four-wheel drive indicator. If I switch it into 4, you can see that there. If I lock the diff, nothing shows up on the screen, but you do get a light on the switch right here. Winch controller is over here on the right-hand side. And then we've got some power outlets right here. A little bit of a cubby for storage. Same thing right here, although stuff's gonna fly out of that pretty easily. We do have a little bit of a glove box there to throw some other odds and ends. We've got some microphones and stuff in there right now. There's a cup holder over on the left side. There's also another one by the passenger side as well. And other than that, it's pretty basic. You do need to actually put the seatbelt on to get the full speed out of this machine. It speed limits you without that seatbelt on. So there's a quick look at the interior. It's pretty basic. Everything you need, nothing you don't. Let's take a look at how this bed converts. So one of the coolest parts about this mule is that it converts from a 6-seater down to a 3-seater, and then you get a much bigger bed as part of that. So let's go through that process. I'm gonna do it by myself, see how long it takes in real time. So you start with this latch right here. There's another one up in the bed. You lift that up, and now we'll go over to the other side, do the same thing. Open the door, do the latch, pop that latch up. Now we can fold this seat forward right here. And now you just slide this whole partition forward. This kind of extends. Go over to the other side, do the same thing. And now these fold down here, they latch back in, but let me open this door so you can get a better look. There's also this hook that kind of goes under that bar right there. We're latched in on this side. And there we go. Just redo these side latches. One more on the other side. A little bit of a dance running back and forth, but pretty easy process. Now we're in long bed mode. So in this configuration, the bed is almost 43 inches long. It's 42.7 inches. In the 6-person configuration with the short bed, that shrinks down to 22 inches. In this configuration in the long bed, you can put up to 1,000 pounds, but if you have the rear seats folded out and you're just running the short bed, that goes down quite a bit, only 350 pounds in the back. And this mule can tow 2,000 pounds. All right, so now we're looking down at this creek crossing here. There's a creek that goes right through the property, and we had to use this as an access route to get the backhoe to the back of the property to cut out that off-road course. And David left some massive tire ruts here. It's very muddy, so let's see if we can get through here without getting stuck. I'm gonna take it with a decent bit of speed, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, not a problem at all. That's where I wish I had a little bit of a windshield there. I definitely got splashed a little bit, and they do sell accessory windshields for this, but we don't have it on here. This is the back area of the property. This is our extreme off-road course where the big trucks and side-by-sides and ATVs, dirt bikes, all that kind of stuff are gonna go. We're calling this obstacle the Cliff, and it's pretty damn steep. Case is standing not even at the bottom of the hill right now. He's like a quarter of the way up, and I'm here for scale. We've got this nice steep rocky portion. It's really loose, and yeah, it's probably gonna spin some tires. So I'm gonna go down the road that we cut out and try and bring it right back up here. So David's been working his butt off back here, cutting this course out, making roads so we can actually get vehicles back here. And that's kind of what I'm driving down right now, is one of these roads that he cut out. And we're documenting this whole process. So if you wanna see how we're doing all this on TFL Off-Road, I'm a little stuck. I'll finish that thought in 1 second. Let me get out of this situation. Throw it in reverse. I'm gonna lock my diff. That's a tight turn. How are we gonna get full-size trucks down here? All right, now we're good. So I locked the diff, was able to back up there. and get where I needed to go. What I was saying though is every Sunday on TFL Off-Road, we have a new episode of Taming Tumbleweed, and you can watch the whole process of us converting the ranch. I am staring up at the sky right now. I'm gonna throw it in low range, 4-wheel drive, leaving the diff unlocked. I wanna make this as hard as possible. I know I'm not making it up here in high, so we're gonna do low, and if I need to lock the diff halfway up, I will. This is a little terrifying, let's go for it. Good news is with this mule, compared to a lot of other side-by-sides I've driven, the throttle's really easy to modulate. So when you're taking steep, gnarly obstacles like this, it's kind of one less thing to think about. This feels really tippy, trying to go really slow. Yeah, not a problem. Don't even need the locker. Look at that. That was awesome, no locker needed. Now we've got a steep valley to go down and climb back up out of. This is technically gonna be the exit to our off-road course once it's finished, and this should be a good test of approach and departure angle. Once again, still in high, 4-wheel drive, diff unlocked. Just like the throttle, brakes are pretty easy to modulate. You do have to put a decent bit of pressure in though. Didn't scrape at all on the front. And not in the rear either. And now gas it a little coming up this loose dirt hill. I think we spun the tire a little bit, but not much at all. So yeah, I think we really need to put David to work making a harder course. There's really nothing here that we need to lock the diff on this mule for, and it's really hard to get it stuck. And that's probably a good thing. We're using this as a vehicle to get videographers around, move materials, and just kind of get to areas we can't yet access with a truck. So it's probably a good thing that it's really hard to get this stuck and we're not maxing it out as far as capability goes, because that's what we need it for, is getting around the ranch and doing real work. So there you have it, the Kawasaki MULE Pro-FXT Ranch Edition. Feels like it belongs here on the ranch, it's right at home. And big thanks to Kawasaki for lending this to us for a few months. We're definitely gonna put it to good use here as we convert this into a really cool off-road course. Pricing on this mule, this one just above $19,000 as you see it right here. They do start quite a bit lower. You can get into a Pro FXT like this for right around $15,000 if you drop some of the goodies. But overall, pretty good package. I'm sure you'll be seeing lots more of this machine in the coming months here around the ranch, but this is just a quick this just in. We kind of wanted to test it out and see what it could do on its first go around. So there you have it. Don't forget to head on over to alltfl.com so you don't miss any of our content. We'll catch you in the next video.